Hello YouTube, this is Townsville737 bringing you another video for the 1/400 scale Australian model airport. We're going to get straight into the update, starting off with this Alliance Airlines ERJ-190 registration VH-UYB. This is operating as QF1946 and 1947 from and to Brisbane. Obviously heading back out to Brisbane as it enters runway 23, just over the piano keys there. Just a model I've only recently acquired in the last week or so. Just kind of filling one of the gaps that was pretty well needed. At the moment I have this one and the standard colours Fokker 100 as well. Of Alliance Airlines. I will be looking to acquire the other Fokker 100 and Fokker 70 at some point as well. Again, just to fill in the gaps. The Special Scheme 100 will probably fill in a bit of a rotation between standard colours and that special one, and then this and the Fokker 70 will be sort of standalone and operating their own respective schedules. Of course, this is in the Air Force Centenary 2021 colour scheme. I'm not sure if we'll see a standard colours Alliance Airlines E190. I'm not sure. It would be very much welcome if there was one made, but at the moment, you know, you've got to appreciate the models that have been done. There's a good variation there. Like I say, we do have a standard F100, so can't really complain too much in that regard. But yeah, ultimately, if another one was done, then yeah, I'd very much welcome that as well. Just point out as well, I am very much kind of delving into both scales, so 1/400 and 1/200, and I'm kind of thinking, in the future, I might look at buying sort of Australian 1/200 models as well, which I do already have some. I think I pointed out, you know, in previous videos. I've started getting into them, but I'd like to look at buying more. So the models essentially that I've got in 1/400 scale, I'd like to have also in 1/200. I have been thinking about maybe doing a larger scale setup in 1/200 eventually. Which would kind of be the similar size to this, but obviously on a larger scale, so that you wouldn't really have the runway featured in taxiways, but it'd be mainly focused on the main stands, and hopefully giving most of them with narrow body space to have like a main taxiway as well, just so you've got that kind of purpose behind and you can do different illustrations. But that's just an idea at the moment. And again, it depends on you know, other models getting released and everything like that, and what allows. But yeah, for now, obviously we're focusing on this. But like I said, I just thought I'd highlight that it's not just 1/400 scale; it is also 1/200 as well that I'm looking to expand on in the Australian world, if you like. Panning across, we have this QantasLink Fokker 100. This is operating as QF2358, both in and out, on the inbound and outbound, same flight number, but actually arrives from Rockhampton and then departs back out to Townsville. This, in theory, should actually be a Dash 8 operation, Dash 8 Q400, but you know, again, just to fill in the schedule purposes, I'm using this as an F100. Registration on this one is VH-NHP. This is pretty much getting ready to part. As you can see, there's nothing there surrounding the aircraft. Everything's been removed and pretty much ready to start taxiing out. Panning across, we've got this QantasLink A320. Which we did see in the last update as well. This is actually doing the opposite to the Fokker 100, so this is operating as QF2357 on both the inbound and outbound flight numbers, and and this is operating from Townsville and then heads out to Rockhampton. Again, this is a schedule that really should be operated by Dash 8, according to like real world operations. But again, filling the void, you know, I'm just using what I can for the purpose of updates. Also, again, I just want to highlight as well that these schedules are slightly condensed. All these models that are included in this update are kind of within the similar time frame, with a few sort of tweaks of timing just to incorporate them for the video. Registration is VH-VQS for the A320. And then for pan across, taxiing in, we've got this, again, I think this was featured in the last update, where it would have been. We've got this QantasLink ERJ-190, registration VH-UZD, operating as QF1870 on the inbound and 1871 on the outbound, again operating from and to Brisbane. Yeah, that is pretty much it for this update. Pretty much all QantasLink operations, because for the most part, kind of Alliance Airlines do sort of, you know, use sort of code share using the QantasLink call sign. So like I say, all 4 flight numbers are starting with QF on this update, which, you know, is kind of regular. Again, just touching up on the 2 schedules got in shot right now. Like I say, they should be Dash 8s. I'm hoping to see another Qantas Dash 8 at some point by Gemini Jets, especially. I think one is due. I don't think there's actually one in the new colours yet, as far as I'm aware, unless I'm mistaken. But anyway, yeah, I'm hoping that one will be produced, possibly. Which also reminds me of 717s as well. I do have 717s, and I think I have 2 that are technically active but are actually marked as stored according to planespotters.net. So whether they will be coming back to service, I don't know. But they are there in my collection for kind of past updates as well. So it's not like the end of the world. It's not like I'm not going to be featuring them. But if I knew when they might come back into service or what's going to happen to them, I don't know. Then I would feature them on the updates. And if I had 2 of them, I'd probably use the 717s on these kind of rotations, just so you've got like the same aircraft type doing the opposite schedules. So one comes from Rockhampton, as I pointed out to Townsville, whereas the other one comes from Townsville back out to Rockhampton. That'd make more sense rather than having like an A320 and Fokker 100 and just kind of, you know, it's kind of like a mismatch in the schedule in a sense. But again, I'm just utilising what I've got in the meantime, and yeah, just kind of going with the flow. This is an update based on Tuesday evening, well, sort of late afternoon, early evening, around about 4 or 5 o'clock time, just to give you a bit of reference. If I just check on my computer, the next update will focus on Wednesday morning, which has got a few models to be selected. Again, you might see the odd model that we've featured in previous updates again, but you know, it's just a concept of the schedules themselves. Nonetheless, you know, I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I think it's kind of worthwhile. I mean, I'm doing the weekly updates just because, you know, I've got time and it's just something to do, to be quite honest. And yeah, you know, in the time I've got, like I say, if I do them, obviously, you know, if I haven't got time, I might, you know, miss a weekend, you know, come back the week after, things like that. But yeah, nonetheless, hope you're enjoying the new series. And of course, any new models, you know, that I acquire, I'll highlight, a bit like the Alliance Airlines E190 that we've featured in this update.